Good evening, wrestling enjoyers. I hope you're doing all right. It's time to talk about a brand new Rustore, which is right here in front of us. To be precise, this Rustore rotated 3 hours ago, so I just want to keep you all aware of all of that. And yeah, I have been sitting here with the likes of my chat. We've been discussing some of these skins already, but now we're going to go ahead and actually do the video here, right here in front of you, YouTube. So how are you doing? Chat, feel free to say hello to YouTube. Right, so first things first, we should go ahead and talk about which of these skins are and are not abnormal. So let's just go ahead and do just that. 11 skins this week. It's nice to see some clothing and armor. And first up, this very cool looking Banditos hoodie. Looking very nice. A lot of people have been attributing the base decor pack as a Wild West theme like pack, and I'm not surprised to see some cowboy theme stuff being accepted. So yeah, we'll talk more about that a little bit later. But this is not abnormal. This is not abnormal. This is abnormal. Yep, Charcoal Stories Furnace is abnormal. The front door Rustic Garage Door, continuation of that sheepman door literally from the past week. This is abnormal. This Hardsuit helmet is not abnormal. However, the Hardsuit kilt and the Hardsuit vest are abnormal. Chat, YouTube, Shedmon submitted this 5 times over the course of 6 months, and finally it was accepted. All the other Hardsuit clothing and armor pieces, they were accepted back in March time. This right here, it took 6+ months to finally be accepted. So enjoy it, okay? Enjoy it. We waited so long for this. And then we have the Pixel Decay LR 300, but that's not abnormal. And then we got the Rebirth Tools. We have the hatchet, and we have the pickaxe. They are both abnormal as well. And then we have the Ronin AK-47. Very nice looking right here. Very nice. This is also abnormal. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 abnormals this week. So I hope you're nice and ready for that. And because the Rustore actually rotated on a Thursday, yes, we should expect to have abnormals next week. Yes. And of course, the regular skins, the ones that aren't abnormal, they will appear when the Rustore rotates next week. So we're going back to normal next week. Today, however, things are a little bit awkward. Now, I'll quickly explain that. So, I'm sure many of you are aware with all of these skins from the past week, none of them are currently marketable. So, technically speaking, because the Rustore was delayed last week and these came out on a Friday, well, they haven't waited 7 days. They have the rule of they have to wait 7 days until they can become marketable. Understood? So, technically speaking, they won't become marketable for another 2.5 hours. Once it hits midnight in the UK, Thursday night going into Friday morning, all 12 of these skins are going to become marketable all at the same time. And yeah, so I will do a separate video for that. That'll probably come out maybe on a Friday or something, or Saturday, I'm not sure. But yeah, we're going to go attack all of these. We're going to talk about what we might want to do in terms of how we might want to strategize to get all of them. But chat, just going to quickly show this off to you. If you go get yourself like a separate like window setup, go grab the likes of scmm.app, get the store from the past week. And if you click all of these marketable links right here, it will actually give you all the links to the skins. And as you can see, I've already prepared myself exactly that. And yes, of course, you also need to consider what order are you going to do all of your builders in. So yeah, this only happens when a Rustore is delayed, so we shouldn't expect that to happen for a long time again, hopefully. So yes, with the Rustore rotating today, we did not see the likes of any skins becoming marketable, so we can't talk about any support, we can't talk about any abnormal support, so we could just jump straight in and talk about the brand new skins. Shall we hop in, chat? Let's get to it. So, first up, we can talk about the likes of that Frontier Rustic Garage Door, and I've got some images to share with the likes of this. So, I'm sure many of you are aware, literally the past week we had the Frontier Rustic Sheepman door come out. That only did 9,700 bare minimum sales. As in, only 9,738 individual people bought this skin. How many skins did each person buy? I don't fully know, but that's ridiculously low. And, well, with this being accepted literally the next week, maybe that's going to be a little bit more valuable. So, chat, that's something for us to consider a little bit later on. But the likes of this Frontier Rustic Garage Door, well, let's just get the point across. Yes, this does have see-through mesh. As you can see here, basically the exact same style as the Sheepman door. Pairs up ever so nicely with that nice base decor pack. However, as you can just quickly go over to here and see, you'll notice, come on, where are we? Here we are. Yes, though that little window there, yeah, you can see through that. That is see-through mesh. You can see behind it exactly like the Sheepman door. So, we also need to do a little bit of a comparison. thanks to Sloth in my server, he's gone ahead and produced some very useful images over here. If you're wondering, Hedge, if I were to look like literally at the garage door, can I see through it? No. You need to stand on something. Maybe a fireplace? Maybe go get yourself a nice little chair. But no, you cannot like easily just see through that. And we also have another comparison here. Here are all of the well, no, there's more, but like here's some other see-through mesh garage doors. We've talked about the likes of Brutalist not too long ago. We made comparisons to the likes of Bombshell garage door over here, and of course we have the ever so well known and beloved Chop Shop garage door right here. So they've all got transparency all around the same region. But let's just quickly point this out. These two skins, they are see-through, but they don't have glow in the dark. Brutalist and Bombshell do have glow in the dark. So if that sounds appealing to you, well, you know, that's consideration. But yeah, let me just point out, this right here is $3. This is selling for about $4. This is selling for about $5+. This is selling for about $50. So know the difference. So let's just point that out once again. You cannot just like directly look at it and see through it. You have to stand on something. Got that nice and established. Very nice. So let's just hop back over to here. We need to talk about how we might want to approach this. So basically, we're seeing a lot of garage doors with transparency, aren't we? And earlier this year, we actually got that for free. Can we just remind ourselves of this? Because I wouldn't be surprised if we have it happening a lot more again next year, and year after that, year after that. We are seeing a lot more sheet metal doors, garage doors and whatnot with see-through mesh. It's becoming quite a common thing. But with the likes of this year, at the very beginning of this year, do you remember the charity event we had? Do you remember the Raid garage door? That had like very useful see-through mesh, glow in the dark. It was given away for free. You don't remember? Well, where were you? Anyway, so a lot of people got that. Do you remember the Hedge garage door? That also had a little peephole right there. Dungeon garage door, you had some transparent like mesh that you could see underneath. Very useful if you kind of like to build your base to be able to see that. Like if you can have it with the garage doors above you, you can see underneath. You can see some toes. You can get your little knife and stab it. No, I'm joking. But yeah, useful transparency only at the bottom there. And then of course, if we go up to here, we've had the likes of the Charitable Rust garage door that only just came out a fair bit. And then just before that, very weirdly, the timing with the Brutalist garage door. So we're seeing a lot of see-through mesh garage doors, and they're becoming less special. That's something I really do need to get across to all of you. If we are going to see a lot more leniency now, if there's a whole lot more of them, then are they going to hold their value? I remember a long time ago when doors didn't really glow in the dark that much. We didn't really see that much. And, well, the only few that did glow in the dark, they were very valuable. Guess what? It's such a common thing now that those same doors just aren't really that valuable anymore. They're not so special. So what's the point you're trying to get across, Hedge? We need to keep an eye on the sales. We need to keep an eye on this. At the very least, this is abnormal. And this week they will, work properly. We will see this appear marketable at an earlier time this next week because the Ruster actually appeared at the right time today. But I am a little bit hesitant because, like I said, whilst it might be very nice right now, I'm hesitant to see what happens over the course of next year. We're going to have a Twitch Rivals event next month. Now, I don't think we're getting any see-through mesh doors for that, at least, so that's cool. We're getting a ton of hoodies. But I haven't seen any doors at the moment, so we should be all right. But, there's going to be other events in 2024. There's going to be other people uploading skins in 2024. There's going to be other people noticing that this just got through. Loads of other skin creators are going to be making doors now, transparency and whatnot. It's going to become a much more common thing. And if Facepunch keeps accepting... enjoy all the pay to win. If all the skins are pay to win, then is it really pay to win anymore? That's another question. But anyway, that right there, it's $3. It is the cheapest see-through mesh garage door that's currently marketable. All right. So, it's not technically marketable, but you can purchase it right now. Just just kind of keep this into consideration. Do you reckon it'll hold? Do you reckon we'll keep seeing some more doors being made and we'll have ourselves a nice Frontier rustic door collection? I would like to see that, but yeah, as of now, Brutus Garage Door, $4.60 on the Steam market. Bombshell Garage Door, $4.30 on the market. Well, this right here is only $3. So maybe, just maybe, simply being the cheapest one might help this out a whole lot more. However, how much will it sell? That's the question. So Bombshell did about just over 20,000 sales. Brutalist Garage Door did about just under 30,000 sales. What will this one do? We have to wait and see. Now, considering this came out after those two other skins, well, then again, like Bombshell came out a year ago, but anyway, more specifically, this came out after the Brutalist one. If this sells a lot less compared to Brutalist, well, maybe it's going to work out a whole lot better. But it's down. Just consider this. Do people like the design? As I said, it pairs up ever so nicely with the Frontier, recent Frontier DLC, and that was the intention. And I'm still under the assumption that the actual building skin's coming out soon, because that didn't come out. We were supposed to have ourselves a nice wooden building skin, weren't we? It was announced around the same time as Gingerbread. So maybe that's coming out next month or December? I don't know, but again, if that comes out, maybe everybody by default will think, oh, is there any other Frontier skins that exist? What's that? 2 Frontier doors. There you go. So maybe it might work out. Maybe it might get a nice boost because of that. Maybe we will see some more doors being made. So at the very least, let's all hop into the comments and ask Mr. Morphus, what are you making next? What are you making next? And then, of course, you've got to keep an eye on the workshop, don't you? You've got to keep an eye out and see what potentially might be coming out soon, all right? So don't annoy them, but, just say, I'd like to see this. I like the collection. It's not too hard. But that right there, that's abnormal. We don't need to rush into buying anything. We can take our time. We can be patient. That's the smartest approach. And then, of course, next Wednesday, we'll look at this. We'll assess, we'll think of all the potential context. And then we'll, figure out what potentially might be the best approach. But as of now, I think that will be having a whole bunch of barders going very close to $3. Because, as I said, it's the cheapest see-through mesh garage door currently available. And, well, yeah, we shall see. Moving on, we shall now talk about the likes of the Hardsuit Tier 2. And I repeat, it has been a very long time waiting for this Hardsuit Tier 2 to appear. Initially, we had the Hoodie and Pants. This came out at the very beginning of March 2023. A little while later, March 23rd, we had the Tier 3 armor being accepted. How nice. Now, if you can recall, the initial attempt for Hardsuit Tier 2, well, that happened in the beginning of April. Nothing happened. During that time, we did see the likes of boots and gloves being accepted. That was nice. That was the end of April. The next month, we had the likes of an attempt in May 2023. That's it here for Tier 2. Wasn't accepted. We then had another attempt in June. Wasn't accepted. We then had another attempt in July. Wasn't accepted. But the 5th attempt, yes, it finally was accepted. So this was attempt number 5. A little bit awkward, but we can credit Mr. Shedmon for his persistence. He kept trying, and eventually it was accepted. And to all those people out there, that held on to their stock, well, I tweeted this out earlier, and you can see it for yourself. Hardsuit has been on the front page of the Steam market pretty much all day over the past 3 hours. And yes, I can quickly hop over to here with the Hedge. Don't worry about that. I made this point earlier. Hardsuit's getting bought out. We've had the spike in demand, spike in price. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Depending on, you can question how much demand is actually in a collection. It does not matter. If you see a new core piece being accepted, the other skins, most notably the clothing and armor skins, will spike in demand, spike in price. And they have been bought out today. And now, let's hop back over to here, because we now need to discuss a bit of a situation, because this is the final core piece for the collection, and we already have boots and gloves. What's going to happen to this Tier 2 set? So, unfortunately, in terms of investment, the final core piece tends to be in a very worrying position. Will the sales of this match up to the Tier 3 sales and the Tier 2 sales? Hoodie and Pants sales, sorry. And all of this, this sold around 20,000 sales. But with the amount of sales we've been seeing recently in Rust Doors, I don't think we're going to reach 20,000 sales. If anything, this is likely going to sell less. So please remember this. When a full collection has come out, as time goes on, the main core piece that has the lowest quantity tends to be the skin that ends up higher in price. Why is that? Well, if everybody wants to get a full collection, if there's less of a certain, core piece, well, there's only so many of them in circulation. They get bought out because people want the full sets. And then lo and behold, there's only so many of them available. That will then lead to them being worth a lot more on the likes of the Steam market and the third-party sites. So looking at that, this kilt, I wouldn't be surprised if it probably does a fair bit less compared to these sales. Now, again, I can't verify that. we've got to wait and see what happens. You got to thank the pricing scheme here, because these two skins are abnormal, so we don't need to rush into buying them. But it's mainly the kilt I care about, because the kilt is the piece. I guess you could say it's the most important piece, especially in terms of investing, because this gets used both with the tier 2 armor and the tier 3 armor, doesn't it? There's no other leg armor, so this is usually always seen to be the most valuable. But again, I would rather see how many sales happen first, and then we also need to consider, are people actively wanting to use this set? Now, one thing that you can point out basically with the likes of this set was, because we never got the tier 2, maybe that's half the reason why this suffered. People want to have a full collection. It took 6 months for it to finally happen, and of course, people are happier now, but yeah, do people really want to run around in full metal? I can see people liking it. I can see people appreciating it. Why do I call it full metal? Hardsuit. Full Metal Alchemist. Sorry. Anyway, so I'm looking at this. I'm optimistic. Like I said, I kind of get the feeling this isn't going to sell as much as the other pieces, based on the fact that it's November, especially when you look at the previous week, because we saw hardly any sales across all of here. Now, this was 12 skins, which is quite a lot. This week is 11, which again, maybe just one less skin might make the difference. But no, I do still get the feeling we're probably not going to see that many sales. So if this only does maybe 12 or 15,000 sales, this actually looks to be very promising. Okay? So do take that into consideration. And the expectation is the vest and the coffee can helmet will sell less than this. That's not too hard to understand. But if it's significantly less, we've seen many instances in the past where a full clothing and armor collection, instances where the vest and the coffee can sold less, they ended up becoming a lot more valuable because there's less of them in circulation. We can prove that with the likes of Forest Raiders. Forest. Yeah, I've mentioned this before. I think Whiteout's another good example. But yeah, go take a look at all of these. You can see here that the tier 3, that did about just under 30,000 sales. The Hoodie pants, just under 30,000 sales. The tier 2, the kilt, did just about 30,000 sales. But these two pieces, they sold significantly less, about 7,000 sales less. But because there's less of these in circulation, if you go look at them by price, yeah, they're some of the more valuable pieces compared to the other core pieces. So, yeah. And like I said, I think Whiteout is another one, so we can just quickly remind ourselves of this as well. The kilt, the vest did 32,000, the coffee can did 30,000, the kilt did 60,000, the chestplate did 73,000. I'm looking at bare minimum sales, by the way. 72,000, 75,000, 76,000. Now let's go look at them by price, and what do you see? Oh, look at that, tier 2. And most notably this and this. So, yeah, if this has a lot less sales compared to the other core pieces, then yeah, you could expect the likes of the vest and the coffee can to work out ever so nicely in the future. All right? Like I said, these two skins, they are abnormal. Don't need to rush into it. We'll keep an eye on the sales. We'll look and see what it looks like on Wednesday. Then we'll make decisions. All right? Patience is very, very, very helpful. Okay? Where is Ronin and Redemption sets? We can talk about that in a second, because we do have a Ronin skin. All right. Now let's move over to talking about the likes of Banditos, Hoodie and Pants. This is something that I alluded to a little bit earlier, but we can talk about it properly now. So with the base decor pack, again, let's just quickly go over to here and just point it over to you. So yes, ever since this came out, something very notable has happened. So this came out literally a week ago, is that correct? 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, 2nd of November. If you go type in cowboy, go look at these cowboy skins. Go look at this cowboy sheriff collection, for example. And you might notice something that's happened very, very, very recently. Over the course of the past 2 weeks, these have gone up in price ever so much. Ooh, I wonder what happened there. So, like I have said many times already, many people look at this pack and they think, you know what, this seems to be... This seems to, be like Wild West themed and whatnot. And so, of course, they jumped over here and bought out all the cowboy stuff. So, literally over the past 2 weeks, this has doubled in price. So, this came out a long time back, and then you got the sheriff pants over here. This also went up in price ever so nicely. Not insanely, this one, compared to the other one, but it still went up very nicely. So, the point I'm trying to get across is, People like cowboy stuff now. People want more cowboy stuff. Well, you know, now we got some Banditos. And I got to give credit. I actually really like this set. I thought that looked really nice. I thought Horomiao and Mugiwara did a very good job with this. I like this image right here as he's posing. Posing with the red bandana. Makes the red bandana actually look really good. So, yeah, awesome. So, if you are looking for the perfect style of hoodie and pants as you go raiding, grabbing, do whatever you damn well please on the Rust Islands, well, you got a perfect cool-looking hoodie and pants set right there, and I won't be surprised if we see some very cool-looking armor pieces appearing sometime soon. So, could this potentially be the brand new beginning of a brand new collection? Yes, Banditos, hoodie and pants are the first core pieces. What's next? Well, it's up to you. You need to go to these workshop pages, you need to go to comments, and you need to sit there and say, are we going to get tier 2? Are we going to get tier 3? You got to keep like pushing their buttons. Come on, tell me, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? Tell us. So, anyway, that's something very interesting on the horizon. But how's this all going to potentially turn out? At the current moment, I don't know. All right? I know. We come here to look at you and scream about the pixels and give us the answers. Well, again, things are in a very weird state at the moment. November is very awkward because people just do not seem to be wanting to spend any money. If I just quickly hop back over to here again, look at the state of all of this. Like, yeah, first 2 skins, that's a decent amount of sales, sure, but then it literally just instantly just drops pretty sharply the amount of sales. It's fairly ridiculous, isn't it? And I get the feeling we're going to see something very similar happening back over to here with the current week. Now, with the likes of Hardsuit being in the same collection, or same batch of Rust Store skins, maybe this gets more attention compared to this, and I'm not surprised because, of course, this already has a well-established collection, so people were like frothing at the mouths to go crazy when buying this. But this right here is brand new, but that could be working out ever so nicely in its favour. We might end up seeing hardly any sales, and if we do see more continuations being made and accepted, all the better for this to rise up in price. All right, that's the optimistic view. But how can we be sure we're definitely going to see a continuation happen? Face Punch do some very weird acceptances, and I have a skin to show off and talk about that in a second. It's right there. It's the LR 300. I'm pretty sure you can tell what's weird about that. But yeah, this right here, I'm optimistic, but I don't want to rush into buying it. I'm just going to wait until Wednesday, all right? I like what I see, and I think a lot of other people out there are going to like what they see. But what comes next? We should at least wait and see over the weekend and see if we do see a sequel being produced. Will there be clothing and armour? What's it going to look like? Does it actually work? And will the whole fad of cowboy-themed skins remain? Or will it slowly start to cool off? I am under the impression, and I've got to show this off. Should have had this ready, but here you go. So this was shown off like at the end of September, even though we kind of were well aware of it around August time. Yeah, there was a Frontier building skin. Where is it? Where is it? So maybe this is still in the works. Maybe it's still getting fine-tuned or something. I thought this was going to come out with the pack, but it didn't. So I don't know. Has it been shelved? I don't know. But if this actually comes out soon, maybe, again, that could give us a nice boost. Much like what I said with the likes of the Frontier Rustic. So yeah, a Cowboy Riot helmet would be nice. How'd that work? How'd that work? How could you make that work? Maybe a miner's hat. That actually wouldn't be too bad. We haven't had a miner's hat skin in a long time. You could call it like, what were the Prospector or something. Yeah, I definitely didn't remember to Toy Story 2, no. But you know what I mean? Skin creators, there are ideas there. Think of all the old Wild Western themes. But anyway, Gold Rush Miner's hat. Yeah, there you go. You got ideas there. You got ideas. Face Punch prefers adding another DLC. Well, I think they were going to group it with that pack, but maybe they just decided, you know what? There's so much stuff in the pack now. Maybe we could just separate it. So again, maybe on the horizon, we do see this appearing at some point. December, maybe? I don't know. But there's other things. If you keep an eye on the likes of Rustified, they're always pointing out all the new stuff that's being mentioned. And we know we're getting a brand new shotgun. Apparently there's mentions of a metal detector. And over the past week or so, the developers have been having fun with Hack Week. They've been coming up with some very goofy ideas. And if you want to stay informed with all the newest content that potentially might be coming out, you can actually see what the developers are working on if you go to their commits page for the Rust content. Quick refresh, and yeah, you can clearly see the shotgun is currently being worked on, and that's been talked about for quite a long time, almost a month basically. And we were well aware of this. We talked about this a month ago, but yeah, this seems like it's actually coming out pretty soon, most likely December. All right, so back up to here. So my words for this are I'm gonna wait and see. I want to know what else is coming out, because I do feel like all the new potential stuff that might be coming out could very much favour this. And of course, if we do see actual new stuff being made for this collection by the skin creators themselves on the Rust Workshop, all the better. So, you got the big picture now? You understand? We all good? Awesome. Right. Did you see that Brandon will be transfer commits? I did not see that. Well, I guess that's... yeah. Oh well, sorry. Okay, so let's now talk about the likes of the Charcoal Storage Furnace. $2.49. My instant worry is go take a look at all the furnaces. Now, recently, we've had the likes of that cool-looking spider cocoon furnace, but even then, that suffered. All right? So the vast majority of skins that came out this year, except Abyss, they're all in the negative. That is awkward. That is unfortunate. It's sad to see, but I'm not surprised, because the exact same thing happened last year. All of these skins that came out last year in 2022, they also were at one point in the negative as well. Yes, even Porcelain. Porcelain wasn't that in demand back then because we didn't have that many deployable skins. So this is a thing that happens every single year. I literally said at the very beginning of the year this year, guys, I'm very hesitant with furnace skins. They tend to not do very well during the year. Lo and behold, exactly that, except Abyss. So I'm still in the position I think Abyss and Spider Cocoon are going to be the skins that work out very nice in the future. 50-50 on Pug Furnace. It's all about the sales. Maybe that might work out all right. But yeah, these stand out because they have a very nice, colourful interior that many of the other skins do not. This right here, it's another generic orangey interior. I'm not hating, it's just I worry. And following my hypothesis, I kind of worry this might not work out well. However, this is the guy behind the Porcelain collection, behind the recent Porcelain deplorables, and he has brought out his ever so cool, nice looking art style, and he's drawn some very nice little things all around on here and whatnot. But will this get appreciated? Will people actually notice this? I hope they do, because you can see all the nice little panorama drawings all around here. Learn to appreciate the qualities that these skin creators are providing to us, because they won't be here forever. But yeah, case in point, that does look really cool. Vase, you've done a wonderful job here. Vase and Lynx, I should point out. And that looks nice. Will this turn into a potential set? Why is it so white? Oh, that picture don't look... Okay, there you go. Once it's in a bit of shade, you can see it tints to the yellow. All right, cool. So, yeah, what do you think? Are you a fan of that? Do you like that style? Yeah, Vase is wonderful with the works that they've produced. I'm still upset. I got on a mini rant, but for some strange reason, we just didn't get that porcelain double door, the porcelain rug. Why? What was wrong with it? Actually, no, there's a good reason why this wasn't accepted. This was uploaded the same week the Blizzard ID double sheet metal door came out as a Twitch drop. Awkward timing, and yeah. Actually, wasn't it also around the time that the bombshell... No, it was before. It was before that. But yeah, look at what we could have had. And then there's this, yeah, the rug. Oh, mate, that would have been so cool. Hey, maybe a future complete the set. Anyway, so this furnace, I like the style, but I could imagine not that many people really noticing it. And that hurts me, because I think that was one of the most coolest looking designs I've seen in a while. Actually turning a furnace into a nice panorama. You got like a whole like scene there, drawn all onto it. But how many people will notice? How many people will respect it? So this might not actually sell that much. And if that's the case, maybe that might work out in favour for this. But by default, I'm very hesitant with furnaces. And this right here is $2.49. So maybe that will contribute to it to not selling that much. As an investor, that should be all right for me. Maybe not for the skin creator, but yeah, I like the skin. It's just I can see problems with it, much like all the other furnaces. Some of them stand out in cool, different, silly ways and whatnot, but they all suffered anyway. So I'm probably just going to stick with maybe doing a barter on that skin. How much am I going to offer? I'll have to leave that until Wednesday. I want to see how many sales have happened, and then of course we'll talk about that if that's permittable. Is that allowed? So yeah, awkward, but I like it, and I give my approval for that skin. Right. So next up we had the Ronin AR. It is the newest skin in the Ronin collection. Didn't get the hoodie and pants. Again, surprise skin for complete the sets in the future. I wouldn't rule that out. But yeah, we've basically got a nice batch of armor here, and now we've got a very cool looking AK-47. And yes, it does look very nice. Look at that. Look at that design. Blends in ever so nicely the likes of our armor. Yeah, good look at that with the hoodie and pants on as well. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks sweet, but will it be appreciated? So now we need to talk about that. Okay, so if I were to do the aim down the sight, can I get that? We don't have an aim down the sight image. Really? Oh no. Okay, I just want to know if it has a useful red... Yeah, it's got a useful red aim sight there. I can confirm that. Alright, cool, so we got that established. I could see it doing okay, because it's got a very nice collection for it to go with, but I have to accept that it's an AK. How many AKs have we had recently on the trot? Cool. It must have been for the past 4 weeks now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! That's AKs in general. Yeah, we've had a lot of AK-47s being accepted this year. I'm pretty sure we've beaten last year by quite a considerable thumb. Yeah, we've had Twitch drops and charity skins, but I do think we've beaten last year in terms of marketable skins in Rust stores. So anyway, have you noticed how many of these skins are currently in the negative? Because there's quite a lot of them. Yes, there are a lot of these AK-47s that are currently in the negative. Did you not notice? We'll just keep looking because there's a lot of them still. Right, anyway, point made. So yeah, unfortunately, we have far too many AK-47s, but I can kind of see this one not doing too badly. I can still envision it going down in price, yes, but I can't imagine it's going to drop down so badly. And then I also had to take into consideration, with so many AKs accepted somewhat recently, well, maybe this just doesn't sell that much. And we have seen that recently. Suprematism AK, which came out not too long ago, literally just 2 weeks ago, that only sold 5,500 bare minimum sales, around that. That's really low. And I did talk about this last year, about what happened last year. Some AKs that came out last year, they did not sell that much. And I'm talking around the very end of last year. We had the likes of the Dead Souls AK, which we can show you right here. This only did 7,300 bare minimum sales. Guess what happened to it? We saw this skin, which right now is only selling for about $1.20. Yep. This right here got manipulated. So, hey, I can't guarantee anything, but it could happen. It could. So why they're taking so long to accept all the parts of the sets, I don't know. As I said, Face Punch is very weird. The next skin that we're going to talk about is going to make you question even more things, Chris. All right? So you can sit there and be very, very confused. I will make you even more confused in a second. So anyway, maybe they're shelving Hoodie and Pants to accept it in a future complete the sets, Mr. Chris. That might be something that happens. I'm not sitting here verifying that's definitely going to happen, but who knows? Anyway. So let's see how much that sells. $2.49. Maybe people have already bought one recently and they don't feel keen on buying another one for a while. Fair enough, but how many AKs have we had that are pure red like that? Hedge, we literally had Redemption this year. Oh, there you go. Oh, no. So, yeah, awkward. It's very likely going below its Rust store price. But with a smart buy order, we can pick that up and probably make a profit. And again, at some point in the future, we'll probably see Hoodie patch. I wouldn't rule it out. I'm yawning. Sorry. God, even when I talk for a long time, I start yawning as well. Oh, when's he gonna stop? Anyway, so yeah, I'd rather stick with doing a buy order. What price I offer, I want to see how much this sells by Wednesday. Sounds good? Let's move on. Right, this is the weird skin. So, yeah, this was submitted 1 year and 4 months ago. What? What? Yes, this is one of those random skins that Face Punch just randomly picks out for like next to no reason. I don't know why this was picked out. I'm not hating on it. It's just very, 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 very random. And we literally just had an LR300. So, I don't know. McQuarrie, at the very least, congratulations to you, sir. You've got yourself a nice acceptance here. It's quite colourful. It's nice to look at. But this was very, very, very odd. Why did this happen? Like, I don't know. But this has happened before recently. Can you remember not too long ago we had the Berserker SAR? Do you remember how that was like a random pick? Because that actually came out like a year before its acceptance, which was like 2 months ago. I can't remember the specific date, but that happened recently. You remember that, I'm sure. So, yeah, they do this every now and then. It won't do many sales. Yeah, I'm immediately thinking that as well. We literally just had an LR300. It was part of a well-established set, and that only did 5,700 bare minimum sales. Yeah. So awkward, very awkward. Why did they accept another one immediately? And it didn't sell that much, did it? So, let's just go take a look at all the LR300s that came out this year, and we'll just establish something. Does that look good to you? No. Every single LR300 that has come out has not performed very nicely. This is not currently marketable, so we don't need to worry about that one. But yeah, only the Chameleon LR300 has done a fair bit better. That's part of a well-established collection that is in demand. People like the collection, so that gets favoured over the likes of these other skins. Much like how Redemption's doing alright compared to all of these other LR300s. So gun demand. Here's the issue: people don't like the gun that much. If they're not going to use it that much, where's the justification for using skins? Therefore, you're not going to see many of them sell. Therefore, the prices are going to go down, and that is why the vast majority of LR300 skins go down to around $1, because people would rather just turn it into metal and then sell the metal. So yeah, you've got that nice and established, and yeah, it's up to you what you do next, isn't it? 70 cents to 90 cents bioda most likely will be the answer for that, unfortunately. But yeah. I again, very confusing. McQuarrie, how many skins have you had accepted this year? You've had a couple, right? There you go. Yeah, you had the spider web and all that. I don't know. I'm confused, but it's good for him. So congrats, McQuarrie. But I'm just not super confident in it, I'm afraid. Looking at it with a financial perspective, I do worry about all LR300 skins, and I'm sure you can understand with that quick explanation. So yeah, we've established that. Let's move on to the tools. And these tools, they are made by the one and only Mr. Sir Q. You may know him as the guy behind the From Hell collection, and he's had a lot of acceptances this year, hasn't he? Now we've got to take a look at his brand new tool set. I believe this was supposed to be in reference to the Lumberjack set that we saw last year. Maybe. I guess it's not. He made these originally quite some time back, and then he redid them, and I'm not sure we have the old version anymore. But yeah, I like the design. I like the approach. Cool usage of transparency to fit the design. Like, we can give him some bonus points for that. That's cool. So yeah, that's looking pretty nice. But will it be appreciated? Because we have a problem with tool skins, don't we? We have a problem based on the fact that they don't do well. And I'll show that off to you in a second. They do get manipulated. Oh, yeah, we can remember that bit. But yeah, so you got the idea there. You got the tools. Let's now talk about tool skins in terms of like how they held up in terms of their price. What do we see? Ta-da! There you go. So, yeah. Under $1, close to $1, $1.01, very slightly above $1. Yeah, they don't do very good, chat. They don't do very good. Awkward. And then we'll take a look at the pickaxes, and what do we see? There we go. Under $1, literally just over $1, under $1, under $1, under $1, just over $1, just barely over $1, just barely over $1, just barely over $1, under $1. Yep. It's awkward, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sorry, but like I worry instantly. Will they rebound from 50% down, or is it just did they just stagnate there? They appear to just be stagnant, I'm afraid. They're just stuck. And well, it's awkward, isn't it? that very likely will just be a simple 70 cent to 90 cent buy order. Because is it really worth the risk? Not really, is it? So I've put that all in front of you. It's up to you what you do next. I like the designs. I do. Will that be enough for it to help it out? How much are these two skins even going to sell? Again, we must remind ourselves, literally the past week, hardly anything. And if we keep seeing bigger Rust stores, is this going to become a more common sight? Lower sales like that? With such low sales, all the better for it to potentially rise up in price in the future. I've said that so many times, but it is the truth. You know, in 2 months' time, we're going to be going through the best time for Rust skins when they're very high in demand, when their prices are going up, and if there's only so many of them, it's a lot easier for it to rise up in price, isn't it? So we shall see. I like saying that as well, don't I? I'm starting to get some stupid catchphrases, and I'm starting to get annoyed now noticing it. But it is what it is. Yeah. Maybe this is a week where we just play it safe, you know? We don't have to go crazy. We could just leave it till the Wednesday. Maybe we only do buy orders. So it's not like last week where it got to a point where I was very confident to jump in and consider buying 4 of these skins. Guess what? I actually forgot to buy them. I was leaving it until like 6 o'clock in the evening today. I was going to leave it till like the last second, and the Rust rotated earlier, and yeah, I screwed up. So if you could understand, like I got this account over here, not this one, this one, and it's trying to sell a valuable sticker, and I thought maybe I could sell it. I sold it then, because this account could do buy orders again if I just sell that sticker. Come on, sell. And I was going to wait and see till last second if this actually sold. If it didn't, I'd go buy the skins. If not, I'd do a very strong third buy order with this. Now I have nothing except sadness. So yay. All right then, so we've got that nice and established. We're going to be doing these buy orders in just under 2 hours' time, so I hope you're nice and ready for that chat. I hope you're all nice and ready and warmed up. Right, so back to here. That's the skins. I don't expect to see a high amount of sales. We're getting closer and closer and closer to Christmas time. So not next week, but the week after that, in 2 weeks' time, this is where we start to see Christmas skins really ramp up in demand. Usually, the very end of November and early December is when everybody's jumping in trying to get all of their Christmas stock. You know, oh look, that's being manipulated. Oh, cool. Yay, what's going on here? Only one? Did someone happen to just jump in and buy all of these out? Wow, who could have guessed? Someone just jumped in and bought all of these out. That's definitely 100% legitimately valuable. Let's go look at the buy orders below this batch. Wow, oh wow. Yeah, it's an actual batch of people there. Huh. But the vast majority is here around $1. No, that's got to be a manipulation. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, come on. Unless that's being used by a YouTuber or something, I highly doubt that's actual genuine demand. Doesn't look like it, no. Sorry. Anyway, let's go back over to here. Let's talk about Christmas skins. Yes, chat. All of your Christmas-themed skins, all of your Santa-themed skins. I mean, it's all Christmas-related if it's Santa as well. So Santa, Snowman, Icy, Snow, you get the idea, Festive, you get the idea. All of these skins are going to just rampantly go up in demand. Just remember, it doesn't last forever. And of course, with the expected arrival of the gingerbread building skin, which you can also see here, because it was announced with the Frontier. Yep. When we see that gingerbread building skin in-game, remember, this is given away to everybody for free during the Christmas period, so it'll be like the middle of December to like the beginning of January. Everyone's going to have this in front of them. Everyone's going to think, oh yeah, I'd like to make a base like that. But guess what? It doesn't come with doors. And that is why we've made such a fuss about gingerbread stuff just a few months back. There's hardly any stock on the Steam market. Things are about to happen, aren't they? So, lots of potential nice positive things on the horizon. But yeah, we just got to wait it out another 2 weeks. It's awkward. We're all spending money still. I know. I understand. But we're about to enjoy ourselves ever so nicely soon. So yeah. Yeah. So just 2 more weeks and everything's going to work out ever so nicely. Get a good look at the player count today. It wasn't exactly super insane, but I really do reckon it's December where we see those changes. Because unfortunately, November has not been performing as good as I was expecting. I was expecting better, but nope, it's underperforming now. Ah, dear. But the Twitch Rivals event during December should bring some life back into the game. People will probably feel more motivated to want to jump in and play the game again. And yeah, we shall see what happens next. Chat, do you have any questions, or are we all done now? Are we all pleased with ourselves? Is there anything else that you might want to talk about? Oh, they've all gone to bed. Well, you can't go to bed because you've got to do the border still. Chat, wake up. Oh, well, that's fine. Like, I have talked for quite a bit, haven't I? They'll wake up soon. Don't worry. I'll just scream at them in a second. But yeah, stay optimistic. Keep an eye on all the skins that you have. And best of luck to anybody that actually attempted to try and get one of these today. So these were introduced today. They were actually put on sale. If you've seen the state of the Counter-Strike market, you might have noticed many skins went down super cheap. Well, this is likely the reason behind it. The OLED Steam Decks... Oops, sorry. The OLED Steam Decks came out earlier today, and everybody needed Steam Wallet to be able to buy them, didn't they? But, you know, it's probably a nice way of cashing out. So maybe that's why a lot of people wanted to buy them. I'm just saying. But yeah, it doesn't look like any of our Rust skins were badly affected by that, so that's good. And if you are looking for potential things to put your Rust skin profits towards, maybe you might want to consider putting it towards the likes of Counter-Strike cases and whatnot. I do plan to make a video about this in the future, giving you a good idea of things you could put your money towards, because if you've got a lot of Rust skins that you've been holding on to, waiting for post-Christmas with and whatnot, well, once you sell them, you're going to have a lot of profit, and you're going to think about what you're going to want to do next with them, aren't you? So keep that in your head. So, with the likes of this coming out, it caused the CS market to kind of crash. And I don't know how long it might take for it to recover. And if it takes a long time, well, when you got your all-time high prices with Rust skins, you got something to buy. And we'll talk more about that later down this, later, maybe next month at some point. Sounds good? So... that is everything. We're all done. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Keep an eye on the workshop. Do not forget about that. And yes, if I could just quickly point this out to you, this week had more typical picks than early picks. Just wanted to verify that. More typical picks than early picks. For the past 3 months, excluding Halloween, we have seen the vast majority of Rust stores being early picks. Like, for example, random pick here, September 28. That was an early pick. That was an early pick. That was an early pick, early pick, early pick, early pick, early pick. Yeah, like the vast majority of skins in the Rust stores were early picks. That being skins that quite literally only just appeared over the most recent weekend and then instantly accepted for the next Rust store. And hey guys, how you doing? So unfortunately, as I was streaming at the time, the connection went a little bit weird, so it kind of messed up the very end of the video that you were watching. Don't worry, you only missed like 1 minute, so I'll just generalise the very end and you can be on your way. So basically, as I was talking about, from here and now, maybe Rust stores are going to be a little bit different because over the past several months, most of the Rust stores we've seen have mainly consisted of early picks. But from now on, potentially it's going to go back to typical picks. Typical picks being the type of skins you'd see in TGG's top picks. So make sure you're always being aware of his lists, get a good look at that. And essentially I was saying, well, if you want to be aware of all the skins that are going to be appearing in the top picks lists, please consider watching the Rust Workshop skin checks as I was pushing you to the video. But it's good. It's good to be always aware of all the newest things that are potentially going to appear. So yeah, these videos are nice and available to you. We have chapters for all the continuations. Of course, if you're only focusing the potential investments, here they all are. So yeah, all for you to be aware of. What potentially might get picked out of here, who knows? You could give that a good look. But yeah, that was basically what I was saying. I was just going to push you towards the video. So basically, at the end of the day, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Sorry about the ending, but hey, I wrapped it up here. So catch you later. Have a lovely weekend. Best of luck with your investments.